It's funny. You don't talk to your best friend the same way you talk to a teacher, right? And that's not a mistake. It's actually a skill. So today, we're going to take one single story and learn how to tell it in two totally different ways, all depending on who you're talking to. Let's jump in. I mean, no way, right? With your friend, you're probably relaxed, you're using slang, but with your principal, you're definitely more formal, choosing every word super carefully. Getting good at making that switch is what makes you a really powerful speaker, and we're going to break down exactly how you can do it. Okay, so first up, the informal storyteller. Imagine this. Your job is to tell a group of younger students all about the book When the Mountains Roared. And your goal? To get them so pumped up that they're practically running to the library to read it. Now, when you're talking to younger kids, think of yourself as a friendly guide. You want to use simple words, short and snappy sentences, and just have this warm, storytelling kind of voice. If there's a tricky idea, you got to break it down for them. The number one rule is always keep it simple and keep it fun. The map for your story is really, really simple. You start with a big, warm hello. Then you tell them what the book is about and who the hero is. Next, you drop in the big, exciting problem they have to solve. And finally, you wrap it all up by explaining how it ends and the cool lesson you learned from it. It's a perfect, easy-to-follow path for them. And hey, to make it even easier, think of these as your secret weapons. These sentence starters are super direct and clear. When you use phrases like the main character is or the main problem is, there's no confusion. You just get straight to the good stuff. All right, let's completely switch gears. Now, you're not speaking to kids anymore. You're talking to your teacher, and your goal is different too. You're not just telling a story. You're trying to convince them that this book is so amazing it needs to be taught to the entire class. The stakes are definitely higher now. So, what changes? Well, pretty much everything. Your audience is now an expert, so you need to use more specific, formal language. Your goal isn't just to tell a fun story, it's to persuade. And your tone? It shifts from friendly storyteller to a confident, professional presenter. The structure gets a serious upgrade too. We start with a polite, good morning. We don't just say what the book's about, we give an overview of the novel. We talk about the main character's journey and analyze the book's themes. And you see that last step? Persuasion. That is our number one mission here. And just like for the informal speech, here are some sentence starters, but look at how they've leveled up. Instead of saying the book talks about something, you say it explores it. Instead of saying it's a good book, you argue it would be a valuable addition. This kind of language immediately shows that you've thought really deeply about it. Okay, this brings us to one of the most powerful things you can work on, your vocabulary. Choosing the right words is like a builder choosing the right tool for a job. It can honestly make all the difference between a speech that's just okay and one that's truly great. So why is this so important? Well, using the right words does three amazing things. First, it makes you sound more mature. Second, it helps you explain complicated ideas really clearly. And third, and this is the big one for our teacher presentation, it makes your argument way, way more persuasive. Let's look at some simple swaps that have a huge impact. Instead of saying a book talks about themes, try saying it explores them. A big moment becomes a significant moment. And instead of just a problem, you can use the more literary term, conflict. Small changes, but they sound so much more professional. And let's keep going. Students don't just learn from a book, they develop skills, like empathy. The end of the story is its conclusion. And a book doesn't just help students, it benefits them. Can you hear that difference? It just sounds more thoughtful and academic. So we've looked at the two very different ways you can tell the exact same story. Now it's time to put them side by side for the final face-off to really lock in the difference. And here it is, all laid out. On one side, we have the informal speech. It's like a backpack full of simple, friendly tools designed to explain and entertain. On the other side is the formal speech. That's like a briefcase with precise, professional tools designed to explain and persuade. Two different toolkits for two totally different jobs. If there is just one thing you remember from all of this, please let it be this. The most important thing in any speech is your audience. Everything, the words you choose, your tone of voice, how you structure it, all of it begins with that one simple question. Who am I talking to? At the end of the day, being a great speaker is kind of like being a chameleon. You have the power to adapt to your surroundings. When you make a conscious choice to change your language, your tone, and your structure to match your audience, you're pretty much guaranteeing that your message won't just be heard, it'll actually work. And that's our deep dive into mastering formal and informal speech. We really hope this helps you connect with any audience you talk to. If you found this useful, we'd love it if you'd like, share, and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching.